Today I'm going to teach you a very simple card game that you can play with a standard deck of playing cards. You can play this solo, it's good for traveling, it gets your mind working, it can be quite challenging at times. So yeah, it's a bit of fun. Hopefully you can follow along and learn a new card game. You don't need the jokers, so I've taken them out of my deck. We can just discard them, put them off to the side somewhere. I'm going to be using a themed Greek mythology deck, but you can use whatever deck of playing cards you want. Yeah, so let's just play. So I've drawn a quick diagram. This might confuse you more than it helps, but it will make sense in a minute. So you start with your shuffled deck of playing cards. You need to slowly turn over each card and see if it's a 6 or a 7, especially when starting up. So sixes go, the first 6 goes in the middle, and any remaining 6s go off to the side, and the 7s go in each corner like so. The first 4 cards that aren't 6s or 7s go like this, and then all the remaining ones go in a pile up here. So it'll make sense as I go along, and just follow along, and hopefully you'll learn it. So a king is not a 6 or a 7, so it'll go up here. A 2 is not a 6 or a 7, so it will form the diamond shape. Neither is a 9, and neither is a 10, so it forms a shape like so. This 5 is not a 6 or a 7, so it will go up in this section up here, and neither is a 3, so it will also go up in this section. So any cards that aren't 6s or 7s will go up here from now on. And this, when you first draw your 6 or a 7, this is when the game actually starts. So if you put it here, it's like solitaire. 6s, you have to go from 5, 4, 3, 2 down to an ace. So to put cards on the 6, you need a 5. We don't have any 5s, so we can't do anything. But if you had a 5, you'd put it on the 6. And then if you had a 4, you'd put it on the 6 again. Hopefully it's starting to make sense. I'll keep going so you can follow. See, look, we've got a 5, so we put that on the 6 like so. We've got an ace. Aces are used as the final card from the 6 when it goes down to a 2. You'd put an ace on, and then you'd be able to put another 6 on the ace and continue the line, but we'll get to that eventually. A 4, we can put a 4 on the 5. That goes like so. Got another ace. It's not a 6 or a 7, so it'll just go up there. We've got an 8. Can't do anything with the 8, so it goes up there. We've got a 4. Can't do anything with the 4, so it goes up there. We've got a 3. We can put a 3 on the 4 and move the 2 over here. Cool, so now we have a space in our tomb. That space needs to be filled by one of these cards. So then you've put that card in play, so you have 2 options. So it's always good to keep these spaces filled. So move a card from that over here. Can't do anything, so draw another card. We have a 7, so this is our first 7. We start filling up these spaces. So we put the 7 up there. Are there any, because 7 goes upwards to king, are there any 8s on the board? Yes, there is. So we can move the 8 over here. Now we have an 8 on the 7. Are there any 9s on the board? Yes, there's a 9 here. Now there's a space here, but there's also a 2. So we can just move this ace right on the 2, and then move this other ace onto the space. So now if we get another 6, instead of putting it in this pile, which is just to make the 6s easier to get, you can put it straight on the ace, because the ace will allow you to start another line of 6s. So is there anything else we can do on this board? Yes, we can move the 10 onto the 9. And then because we've got a space here, we can move the 3 back here. Can we do anything else here? No. So we pull another card. We've got another 7. So we can fit it up here in this section. Do we have an 8? No. We have a queen though. Can we do anything with the queen? No. So it goes up in that card. That pile, the reserve. Can we put anything with a 9? No. Goes up there. Can we do anything with this 9? No. A jack. We can put a jack on the 10. That goes there. Do we have a queen available? No. Another jack. Can't do anything with that. Goes on that pile. A 6. So usually the 6s would go over in this pile, but because we've got an ace, we can put it straight on there. Do we have a 5? Nothing available, so we leave that. Can't do anything with a king. Can't do anything with a jack. Got another 7, so we can put it in this section. So now we have 2 available, and then we'd have a 4th one there. Can we do anything with the queen? Yes, we can put it on the jack. That will free up our king, so he can move on there. So that's a full pile sorted. So now we've got a space here. We can put our jack back there. Can we do anything with a 10? No, nothing I can see. Can we do anything with a 10? No. So we're looking for a 5 and either 8. So 5 and 2 8s basically. Can we do it? No. 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 6. So that can go in this section as our reserve 6s. We've got another one that can just go there. 10s. Can't do anything with this. 2. Can't do anything with that. Queen. Can't do anything with that. If I make any mistakes, it's just because I'm trying to get through the game so you can follow it. I might not be doing the optimal playthroughs. Can we do anything with an 8? Yes, we can put it on the 7. Great. Cool. 5 goes on the 6. 4 goes on the 5. 3 goes on the 4. We can then move 2 more into our tomb. Any rooms for the 3s? No, but before I put it on there, the 2's available, so you can put that on like so. Now we just need an ace for that. Any rooms for a 5? No. 4? No. 2? No. Oh, there's an ace there. I'm being dumb. See, this is how easy it is to make a mistake. So we can move the ace onto here, and that'll free up room for a 6, which we've, you know, we could have missed chances there. Because we would have got that 5 onto the 6 and then a 4. So it pays attention to, well, pay attention. You've got to focus on the board, and that's essentially it. That's how you play the game. I won't finish these cards. And at the end of it, you should get something looking like this. Because Napoleon's tomb is in the middle, followed by 4 guards outside. And that's the name of the game, Napoleon's Tomb. Alright, thanks for watching. Well, it's the solo version, right? There's usually a 2-deck version. This is a 1-deck version, so it's simpler. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this wasn't too confusing, and hopefully you can follow along at home. Cheers.